Hello, my friends. This is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine. 30 plus years of experience in clinical medicine. Dr. B wants to talk to you about your dementia or the dementia that you are starting to develop. The most common dementia in the world is Alzheimer's dementia. In America, as of now, June 2025, more than 8 million Americans of a certain age are living with Alzheimer's dementia. And every day, every week, every month, every year, the number is going up. As people live longer and longer, and as there's more poisons and toxins and pesticides and nasty stuff in the food that people put in their throat every day since they were little kids. It starts, guys, in childhood. All these pesticide, carcinogen, poisons, whether they are in the food, in the water, in the air that we breathe, in the water we drink, in the food, everything. Causing cancer, dementia, heart disease, kidney disease, blah, blah, blah. Alzheimer's dementia doesn't suddenly appear as a serious condition, right? It's a very progressive dementia. The earliest sign of Alzheimer's dementia is short-term memory. Short-term memory means you remember what you did yesterday, you remember what you did this morning, but you just came back from your work and you forgot if you turned off the lights of your car. It just happened a minute ago, so you have to go check. And then you come home and you put your cell phone somewhere. After 1 minute, you forgot where you put the damn cell phone, and you're looking for your cell phone everywhere, and you forgot that you put it in the restroom where you just went to pee because you were in a hurry, you came back from work, right? Short-term, very short-term forgetfulness, right? That's one of the major early signs, right? Your wife knows that you forget stuff. You know still, because the dementia is still at the very, very early stage where we have treatment, right? To prevent it from getting worse and to bring back your health, your brain health. So you know that there's a problem with you. Your wife knows, your kid knows, your husband knows, your family knows, right? In my family, we just had one of our uncle who did the test that I'm going to talk to you about. What is good about Alzheimer's dementia is that we have a screening test to detect it early. The formation of these plaques of beta amyloid, this abnormal deposit of abnormal protein in our brain cells, our neurons. Those plaques, they kill the neurons. And you know that there is no regeneration of neurons. So once you lose your brain cells, we have about 10 billion neurons in our brain, the top of our encephalon. The part of our brain that makes us think, move our hand, makes us reason, makes us be able to be who we are, right? Alzheimer's dementia is characterized by the destruction of your brain cells because of the deposition, the deposit of amyloid, abnormal protein in the brain. Now we can detect those plaques by an MRI, right? MRI will show it. But it's not a simple MRI. It's an MRI with injection. You have to go one time and then come back. They have to do an injection. And then you have to wait for a few days before you have another MRI. So, and it's expensive. A lot of insurance companies are not going to cover for it, right? So if you have a family member or your husband, your wife, your dad, your mom, anybody who is starting to have signs of dementia, right? Signs starting. Also brain fog. How can I forget about brain fog? You don't feel the same. And you talked about your doctor to your doctor about it, and they did this test, that test, and they don't know what's going on. Maybe side effect of your high blood pressure medication, maybe because you're too tired, maybe this, maybe that. Brain fog can be an early sign of dementia. Brain fog, and of course short-term memory loss. And you were not like this a few months ago. You were not like this last year. You know there's a problem with you. You have to talk to your doctor, because we do have a treatment to reverse the deposit of plaques in your brain and to preserve your brain cells from getting killed by these amyloid plaques that deposits in your brain, right? We have a medication, is called Kinsula. It's a 1 per month injection once per month. You go to the hospital or the clinic, you got your injection, you're done. Then you go next one. And over time, the FDA has approved this medication because it allows your brain to eliminate these deposits of amyloid, abnormal protein, before the cells get killed irreversibly. Once you lose your brain cells, that's it. You're done, right? Like the poor Hollywood actor Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis is done. I wish he had his family, himself, somebody would have done the genetic test that I'm going to talk to you about, so that he could have had the medication called Kinsula. There are some other medication, but the number one, the best one, is Kinsula, Kinsula. It's a 1 time per month injection, and not only it stops the development of more plaques like other similar medication, but the benefit of Kinsula compared to others is that Kinsula, Kinsula, it can reverse, clean your brain from these nasty deposits of amyloids, whereas the other medication don't. And it has been FDA approved, right? And the insurance company will cover it, right? So if you have any others of these early signs of dementia, your family members, dad, mom, brother, sister, anybody, ask your doctor to do the genetic test called APOE, A-P-O-E. 4 letters of the alphabet, A-P-O-E, APOE, A-P-O-E. It's called the APOE genetic test for Alzheimer's dementia, right? If the test comes positive, it means you are at high risk of having the APOE gene number 4, right? There are 3 APOE genes. The gene number 2, the gene number 3, and the gene number 4. If in your DNA, if in your genes, you have the APOE gene number 4, 1 copy or 2 copies, one from your mom or your dad, or one from your mom and one from your dad. Remember, for each gene in our DNA, we receive 2 copies, one from mommy, one from daddy. If you received 1 APOE gene number 4, or if you received 2 of them, means one from mom, one from dad, 2 of them, you are at very high risk of developing Alzheimer's dementia. And then you must have an MRI to confirm the genetic screening test called APOE, Alzheimer's Dementia Genetic Screening Test. So listen to me again. If you have brain fog that nobody can find out the reason, they check all your hormones and thyroid, and it's not a side effect of medication, and you're not smoking alcohol, blah, 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 blah. If you have brain fog like that, or if you have forgetfulness, right? But short-term forgetfulness means memory loss that is short-term. You remember what you did this morning or this afternoon, but you just keep forgetting. Where did you put that pen? Did you call your sister or not? You just forgot. Did you have your glass of wine or not? You just forgot. Where did you put your keys? You just forgot. You just came back home and 2 seconds ago you put your keys over there, but you forgot. Where are my freaking eyeglasses? I just put them there. I forgot, right? If you have that and you are a certain age, let's say 60 and above, make sure that you ask your doctor that he or she needs to request that you go to the lab. Every lab can do this genetic test called APOE, APOE, genetic test for Alzheimer's dementia. And the result of the test will show whether or not you have received one or two APOE number 4 genes. If you have received one from dad or from mommy, or if you have received 2 copies of that freaking scary APOE number 4 gene, then if you have 1 copy or 2, you are at higher risk. If you have 2 copies, you are at even higher risk that your forgetfulness, right, your short-term memory loss, your brain fog is the early sign of Alzheimer's dementia. Then you have to confirm that, the results of that test, by doing an MRI with injection, blah, blah, blah. Your doctor knows all that. But the first step, before MRI anything, is to do that genetic test. APOE, APOE, letter A, letter P, letter O, letter E. A genetic screening test for Alzheimer's dementia to see if you have received that APOE gene number 4, 1 copy or 2 copy, right? Guys, don't allow your doctor to dismiss your signs or symptoms. Oh, it's okay. Oh, you must be tired. Oh, okay. You must be working too much. Oh, it's okay. Well, you're 70 years old. You're getting old. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's okay. Well, I did a blood test of your thyroid hormone. They are good. Just stop smoking. Stop drinking alcohol. Maybe it's the side effect of your medication. Let's lower a little bit this and that. Maybe it's because you're not sleeping good. Let me prescribe to you some sleep medication, which are going to make it even worse, right? Don't do that. Don't allow your doctor to do that. Guys, your doctor is busy. Your doctor cares about you to a certain extent, right? Your doctor is busy with 40 patients a day, in and out of the room, right? Your doctor doesn't have the time to do personalized, custom-made, tailor-made medicine for you. Your doctor is busy, too busy taking care of a lot of patients because he wants to make a lot of money, save for his own retirement, put money in the bank, pay his bills, his office, the receptionist, the nurse, the medical assistant. He has a lot of bills to pay, and he needs to pay for his Mercedes-Benz brand new that he just bought 2 weeks ago, right? So he needs to make a lot of money. So for that, he needs to see a lot of patients, and he won't spend a lot of time with you sitting down, looking at you, holding your hand, giving you a hug, listening to what the katso you have to say, listening to your complaint. He's just gonna give you a prescription. Go do a blood test about your cholesterol. Let's check, okay, your blood pressure, blah, blah, blah. 5 minutes in and out is the average time a doctor spends in the room with his or her patients. So this is the problem, is that healthcare in America is going down the drain. Not just in America, in every developed country, because of overpopulation and national debts and deficit. There's just no money. In America, there's 350 million population in America, in the USA. 350 million people we are. and it's going up and up every year. In 10 years, we're going to be probably 80 million, blah, blah, blah. The more the population, the more competition for food and housing and resourcing, and there's no money. And our country, our federal government is at $37 trillion, not million, not billion, $37 trillion of national health, national debt. The state where I live, California, like every other state, is bankrupt. There's just no money. We have a massive amount of debt, massive amount of budget deficit. And it's going to get, guess what, worse and worse and worse as the population is increasing, as more immigrants, legal or illegal, are coming to the United States. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. So you need to take care of your own health care. Do not trust 100%. Trust your doctor 90%, but 100%, no. You need to take the bull by the horn and get in charge of your health care. You need to be informed. You need to not just let your doctor take care of 100% everything, right? It's not like you're sitting in an airplane and you have no choice but to trust the pilot, right? You have no choice. You're sitting. What else can you do, right? But your health care is different. You need to be informed. A good patient is an informed patient. Watch my videos. Follow my recommendation, my guidance. I give you healthy tip, easy way for you to age gracefully, stay away from cancer, neurodegenerative diseases, Alzheimer's dementia, heart failure, kidney failure, liver disease, obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure. Easy tips, easy recommendation, but you also need to be in charge and not just, like, oh, I'm just enjoying my life and blah, blah, blah. In the meantime, there's a cancer growing in your body while you are enjoying your life. In the meantime, your brain is developing Alzheimer's dementia and your doctor doesn't have the time because you didn't tell your doctor, I need to have that freaking test called ApoE genetic screening test that Dr. B talk to me about in YouTube, Dr. B. So don't let your doctor dismiss your symptoms. I mean, you see it every time. And look online. This woman, I just saw it last week. This woman goes to see her doctor, her gynecologist, because she had pelvic pain, bloated and everything. Oh, you must be constipated. You must have irritable bowel disease, bowel syndrome, right? IBS, blah, blah, blah. And the woman turned out to have a massive amount of cancer in her belly coming from her pancreas. It was just neglected. Oh, blah, blah, blah. She had pelvic pain, abdominal pain. The same thing happened for ovarian cancer. They dismiss the little symptoms of pelvic pain and abdominal pain, and they say, oh, you're okay. And by the time, 2 months later, they found out she has massive stage 4 ovarian cancer. Same thing for breast cancer. Same thing for brain cancer. All these doctors are busy. They are not perfect, blah, blah, blah. And they dismiss symptoms. They don't have the time to really look at you as a single individual. So they put every patient in a big umbrella. They don't have the time for individualized, tailor-made, custom-made medicine that is tailored to you, which should be the case, but they don't have the time to do it. So do not forget, the first step, if you have short-term memory loss, and you know what I'm talking about, or brain fog, and nobody is able to find out why you have this brain fog and stuff like that, you know there's something wrong with you. Ask your doctor to do the genetic testing, ApoE, 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 genetic screening test for Alzheimer, because now, if it is positive and you have received the ApoE gene number 4, 1 or 2 copies, now we can send you after that to do an MRI to see if you have plaques of amyloid. And if you do, we have a medication which we never had before. Now we have a medication not only to stop the progression of Alzheimer's, but also to reverse the course, right, to eliminate this nasty plaque from your brain, if and only if it is detected early. Then they inject 1 time per month a medication called Kinsula in your brain, in your vein, and that's it. And again, look at all these millions of people who have dementia. And again, the most famous one just recently, because it was Father's Day, we heard about Bruce Willis, who is too late now for him. He has lost most of his brain cell. I wish they had detected and done the genetic test earlier. I wish there was that medication earlier. With all his millions and millions and millions of dollars in the bank, Bruce Willis is not enjoying retirement because he's in dementia. He doesn't even know what day, who is his wife. He cannot recognize his kids. He cannot recognize his wife. Married to a young, beautiful wife, 30 years younger than him, lucky for him. But unfortunately, with all the millions that he has in the bank and the beautiful wife 30 years younger than him, he cannot enjoy any of that because he's in bed, bedridden, looking at the ceiling. He cannot wipe his own butt. He cannot eat. He cannot do nothing. He cannot do his own hygiene, bathe, shower, nothing. It's crazy, right? Guys, I love you regardless of your ethnicity, your gender, whoever you are. Dr. B is a real doctor, a medical doctor. I went to medical school 30 plus years ago. I still remember day number 1. How time passes. I care about you. I took the Hippocratic oath to uphold your interest, not mine. So I will never BS you, never sell you any BS, never any advertise you this kind of fake freaking stuff that there is. Follow my guidance regardless of your gender, your ethnicity, your race, your religion, whoever the cazzo you are. I really don't give a cazzo. I love you. I give you a big hug. Put your comments or any questions you have down there. I will get back to you, but I'm really busy with work and everything. I swear to God I will get back to you. Give me some time, and God willing I will talk to you in the next video. I love you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.